You say 1 for the trouble, 2 for the time. Come on, y'all, let's rock this. You say 1 for the trouble, 2 for the time. Come on.
Speech is my hammer, bang the world into shape, now let it fall.
Hey, Solar Kneecaps here, and I have my very first Pokemon Black and White Wi-Fi battle, at least posted. So here it is going to be against Elo, aka KwandaoRen66, link will be in the description. And this was the very first battle I had with a versus recorder, and it was very good, so I thought I would post it. I got his permission, so. Alright, so I'm going to lead off with my Lee Crobat. He's going to lead off with his Agurera thing, or whatever that bug's called, but it turns out to be a Zoroark, and he's going to slam a Night Burst right in my face, but luckily for me, this Crobat has a bit of bulk to it, so I'm going to be able to take that quite easily, go for another Brave Bird, and that will be that. So I'm ready at a quick 5-6, and I'm looking good. So he's going to switch into his Arcanine. He gets the Intimidate. I'm hoping that maybe I can lift this Extreme Speed and get a Super Fang or Hyper Fang, whichever one it's called, just so I can get him to half, but sadly I do not live it. So I'm going to Rotom. He goes for the Extreme Speed. I'm not exactly sure why, but I'm just going to go for the Discharge, hoping for the pair. Don't get it, kind of a shame. But now he goes for the Close Combat, which personally might have been a misplay, but I mean, with Life Orb recoil racking up, probably the Discharge would have killed anyway, so kind of tough to call. So then he's going to switch in his Luke. Actually goes for the Aura Sphere. I mean, this is a max defense bold Rotom, and I thought he would, do something silly, but obviously not. So I'm going to go in Rapushin, set up the sub, because this is a sub-punching Rapushin, and, because why bulk up? And he has this Scyther, which is a really big threat to my team. I don't really have much to outspeed it, especially if it's Scarfed, but I mean, it's a Scyther, so no doubt it's Evo Stone, especially judging by how little that payback did. So I'm going to switch into Bungaru because I don't have English, and I take that alright, but he decides to switch out since he knows that the Will-O-Wisp is coming, and I go for it because might as well. Even though his Luke is special, I know I can probably, take it. So I'm going to predict the Shadow Ball, but he predicts that very nicely. Goes from the Nasty Plot, but unlucky for him, I am out of it max attack, and a Mach Punch will take it out. No need to run min-max calcs. I know that for a fact, so that's kind of a shame on his part, but he's going to go in the Scyther. I was hoping maybe he would predict some weird thing, so I just went for the payback, hoping maybe he went for the Bug type move, and it doesn't do much. And I make a horrible misplay here going for the Mach Punch because he's going for the Roost. I guess I was just retarded and I forgot about the Evo Stone, and I was thinking it was Choice Scarfed or Choice Banded, something like that. But now he's just going to take me out, and he's practically at full health. So I'm going to switch in Alakazam, go straight for the Psychic, and I know that's going to kill because Scyther really isn't that bulky, and Alakazam is a freaking monster. So he goes into this Bug, which is bloody fast, but thankfully has a pretty pathetic move pool, so Bungaru is going to be able to wall it quite easily. And he's just going to go for the U-turn, and he switches out into, I believe, his last, which is this Latias, as I go for the Recover. So after seeing this Latias, I was pretty confident that it was a Calm Minder, because most Latiases are, and lucky for me, my Bungaru is actually dual status, so I'm going to go for the Toxic to wear it down. So these Psychics don't do too much. He does get the Spadef drop, which kind of sucks, and I just go for the Surf to get more damage on it. But as of right now, I really don't want to stay in with the Bungaru with that -1. I really need it for that Latias, so I'm going to switch in Honchkrow, predicting the Psychic again. Sadly, this is my Nasty Plot Crow, and doesn't have Sucker Punch, and sadly he didn't predict the Sucker Punch, and I wasn't able to get a Dark Pulse off or anything silly like that, so yeah, first time to see a Honchkrow in 5th gen, at least on my Wi-Fi battles, and it dies. So I'm going to go to Alakazam, predict the switch, and just go right for the substitute, and he does. So he goes for the Bug Buzz. I'm just going to slam it in the face with a Psychic, because even if he switches into Latias, I'd just be stupid. So sadly, he does have the Focus Sash, which just makes it even more pain in the butt, but I'm just going to do the obvious, switch into Bungaru, because frankly, I cannot take a Bug Buzz or U-turn with Alakazam. So, switches back into Latias. Thankfully, Bungaru can wall it pretty well if I just, recover stall it with Toxic. So, he has Recover as well, but frankly, his Bug really cannot do anything to me. So he's kind of in a pickle with this Bungaru, and all he can really do is try to set up on it so that he can get a free shot on my Alakazam and kill it with a Bug Buzz. That's all he really has. So pretty much if Boom Bear dies, I lose this game. So he's setting up Calm Minds like crazy. I predict that Calm Mind go for the Surf, and I do a pretty good chunk. And after he gets down to pretty much about half health, I predict the Psychic pretty nicely, and I'm able to get a recover off. He does only do about half after being around +2, perhaps +3, and it's kind of a shame that he gets this Spadef drop again, but what can you do? Hacks happens. So I get taken down really low, but thankfully I'm able to live it quite handily. He gets some leftovers, but frankly Toxic is just doing its toll, and it's going to be able to take it out. So even though I'm at -1, I know I can take a Bug Buzz easily because of resist. He goes for it, and I'm just going to slam a Surf right in his face, and that's going to be good gamey. So yeah, hope you enjoyed this battle. It was a lot of fun, Elo. What else do I have to say? Pretty quick, I guess, since I've made it at ×2 speed, but hey, either that or it would have been like a really long video, but I liked it. I think 5 minutes is a pretty good speed, about 30 turns or so. So yeah, rate, comment, sub.